Who else? Not you. I'm alive already. Who else can I be live with?
I'm asking. That's Shuka.
Yes, because I'm feeling cold. Wow, what a wonderful evening. We bless God.
Yes.
That finally we are here.
Finally we are here, honey.
And we have finally managed to come online. I don't know where I kept my lemon. I need some lemon water for this to fight cold. But why is it so cold?
You're feeling cold, honey?
Yeah, isn't it cold?
Yeah, the weather is cold.
You know, I'm able to read the messages you are reading there through your glasses there. And that's how we get to know it. When your husband is doing something on his phone and he's looking with the specs, I read through your specs from your specs.
So you are welcome. You can read through my specs. Honey, you know, I have nothing to hide. So you're able to read what I've written. Good.
Yeah, okay, don't be so sure because I can just find a message that you're not. Hi guys, yes, keep coming. Thank you for the 4 of you who have joined.
Already?
Yes, we are already 4 of us. I wish we are already 6 of us. Mosquito again. I wish you just let us know who we have on board. If you're there, just say hi to us. I see your names. Yes, and I'm still having a small cough. Yeah, we thank God for the day. How was your Sunday, Siri?
It was good. Going to church, sharing the word of God. And, you know, Sunday is a day of worship and rest. So, and it was good spending it with you, honey.
Yeah. For us, it has not been so restful, per se. Shughuli hapa kule until we came live. How many minutes late? We had promised our viewers will be here by 9:30. It's 9:40. But I think tumeingia online like 5 minutes ago. So we came 5 minutes late.
Which is okay because also our viewers need to watch the 9 o'clock news.
Oh.
So
remember, our viewers are not only in Kenya, where it is at 9. I think Grace Goshen is 1 hour late. Is she 1 hour late or 1 hour before us? I don't know. So probably at her place it is 8. And also we had someone else who was 8 hours. Wow. Hizo ni mingi, eh?
And you can imagine, even with that time difference, they are making effort to be with us.
Thank you.
We really appreciate
it. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for those who have subscribed. We have new subscribers.
They are welcome. They are welcome.
We have new subscribers.
And we want to encourage our viewers to share us and encourage many people to subscribe so that we have people benefit, so that all of us can grow together.
Yes. And I think the people we worked with last night, they did a good job sharing because we got new subscribers. You know, I keep checking.
Yeah.
So we got, I think, 4 people. So welcome very much
for the
new subscribers.
Thank you.
And for our listeners, please check whether you have subscribed. You could be our fan. Maybe you have been following us, listening.
And also join.
Yeah, maybe you could have been following, listening, but you have never subscribed. So check if you have subscribed. If not, kindly subscribe. Yeah, so the other day, I said I posted on my Facebook page because I was really feeling like I got it right, marrying you, Mr. Man.
You got it right, honey?
I feel I got it right.
And I want to tell you, if you are the woman I want to marry every day.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes.
So I was wondering if I wanted to post and say marriage works.
Indeed, marriage works.
And then, yes, hi Irene Dida. Karibu sana. Welcome to
Welcome, Irene.
tonight's live. So what we are saying is that when I posted, I was like, I wanted to say hashtag marriage works. But then I was wondering, I'm just 3 months old in marriage. Am I really qualified to say marriage works? Because if I said it works, then what marriage am I talking about? Wow. I'll meet some of you who have been there 34 years. And remember there's someone who said, I had posted another couple who we have done an interview with. They are 10 years in marriage. And they are doing so well in their marriage. So we did an interview with them. Then I posted them and I was celebrating them. And someone came in there and said, let us give them time. It's too early for them to celebrate. Then I was like, wow, you're already saying 10 years in marriage. Then she said, it was a lady. She told me, 10 years is still too early for them to say that.
Oh, honey, this people need to be told that the length of a period of a marriage is relative. 3 months is a long time.
Okay.
There are people who divorce in their honeymoon.
True, I agree.
I've kids. I'm a pastor. I know of couples who separate. When they are saying the vows, something happens and the marriage does not continue.
Yeah.
They go to the reception and something happens, each goes different way. While there are people who go for marriage for many years, decades, yet it doesn't last. So the length of a period of marriage is relative, and for me, 3 months is a long time.
Happy 3 months.
Happy 3 months. Happy, honey, you need to toast and celebrate and have an anniversary of 3 months. Yes.
Let me tell you guys, since we got to know about toasting, you call it toast,
yeah.
Oh, my friend, we have been buying this champagne like now my man have said we need to toast on this one.
Yes,
I know he's about to buy.
Yes.
So yes, guys, we won't take too much of your time because tonight we are to talk about insecurities in marriage. So my man has said, and not only my Mr. Man, even people there told me it's not too early. So now I feel that I'm officially allowed to use the hashtag marriage works.
Marriage works.
And I thank God for that. Yesterday we talked about taking responsibility of your marriage and making your marriage work beautiful by just as simple as there's a cup that is broken here. It's the man who has hit it. First of all, it's the wife probably who had kept it there. So we start by like, I'm sorry, honey, I kept the glass there, so you broke it by mistake.
By mistake.
I'm sorry, honey, it's not you who kept it there. You had kept it in a good place. It's my
fault. I did not check carefully.
Yes.
When I'm doing things, I think I was a bit careless. I need to be more careful.
Oh wow. That's what we were discussing last night.
Taking responsibility.
Yeah. So today we are discussing about insecurities. It's not like, by the way, these things were planned. Thank you for all of you who are joining. Yes, thank you for the like. Kindly, I can see we already we are going on and oh my God. At the moment I can see we are 6 of us. So kindly, if you tell you're listening to us, give me that dab like. You gonna get your dab like this. Like how?
Is it this way?
Yes. So that you can see we are all together. Wow, you know, it's not like we were prepared for this topic, but when you mentioned the word insecurity, I told you, for me, I hear the word insecurity and I shiver.
Yes.
And yesterday we had Judy Muthoni who said insecurity is about mindset. And to a great extent, I agreed with her. Because I feel that insecurity is about you. It's like I know you're trying to say yesterday we take responsibility. Like if I realize you, my husband, you're insecure, I should ask myself, what did I do to make you feel insecure, right? But for me, I see it the other way around. Like if I'm insecure, like I even checked from the dictionary the meaning of the word insecurity. Like it's me who is not so certain
about myself,
right? So I'm here in this marriage, but I feel like I'm not the one that you really want to be with. So anytime you're out there, I'm so insecure. You can meet a woman, you can exchange contact, because now you're a pastor, the people who are calling you, and I start now having issues. Me, that is what I was feeling, and that's what told me I shiver, because I feel like an insecure spouse. I'm not sure there's any way they can be helped. Do you think there's any way you can help someone with the insecurities?
In situations where in relationships, honey, where people are working towards making their marriage work, both of them, everything is curable.
Okay.
If both of you want your marriage, your relationship to work, everything is curable, because when there is this sense of insecurity in either of the spouses, even if it is a personal problem within myself, and I feel I want this marriage to work, then you find such that both of us will work towards dealing with that insecurity, both of us. And because the insecure person wants to deal with his problem or her problem, and an insecure person realizes of a person who is insecure in my relationship, as long as both of us are working towards making our marriage a success, then every kind of crisis is curable, including insecurity, as long as the spouse is there. Their aim and their motivation is to make things work.
Wow. Everything in a marriage where people want it to really work,
it can work.
It can work, and anything can be solved.
Can be solved, but where one of the partners is not willing, want to end the relationship. However, and I'm using insecurity as a reason, because the reason I'm insecure myself, or yourself, you are insecure. The feeling because the person is feeling insecure is, if it is you, there are reasons that are making you feel insecure, isn't it?
Okay, let me ask. What is insecurity?
Now,
before you tell us what is insecurity, let's say hi to Irene Dida. We say hi to Andega. Andega is tuned in. She's saying hi, tuned Sue and Alex. I love your love story.
I love
Thank
you too.
You so much. We love you, Andega, for following us.
Yeah.
Judy Mudhonia. Judy is here. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. You are here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for tuning in. Where have you left the other people we are supposed to enjoy our smashed potatoes with?
They will be joining us in course of time, I think so.
They'll come.
Yes, they'll come.
All right.
So what I mean to tell you the definition
of insecurity.
I have looked at a dictionary meaning of insecurity, honey. And I have taken it, there is the general definition, and also a definition relating to the relationships. So the general definition is uncertainty. Insecurity is uncertainty, anxiety about oneself, lack of confidence, and like I want to give an example of a statement. making a sentence here. She had a deep sense of insecurity. So insecurity is where somebody is feeling something deep, that something is really wrong in her life. Now in relationship, insecurity means you are unsure, you are not sure, you are unconfident about your relationship. So you are not actually sure whether things are going in the right direction. It is a deep belief that you are just aren't good enough for your partner, that you don't deserve love. So you don't deserve love.
Now, even without you reading all those other definitions, because I can see from, I'm peeping from here and I can see it has, the dictionary really has it a long definition. But now, just the fact you've gone about the uncertainty of oneself, like you do feel you don't deserve the other person. Sasa, where, how will I help you? Because I have married you, I have come to live with you, you're still uncertain, you still don't think you deserve me, or then does it mean when you're getting married, how do you know what are the parameters of this is a person who you feel we are it's not like he has done any favor to marry me, and I'm not doing him or her any favor to marry them. Because if then you know that you're not doing me any favor, and I know you're actually not doing me any favor, then I will not feel uncertain, like I don't deserve you.
Yeah, and this way, the question you have asked, honey, if it is about me, I'm feeling uncertain, I'm developing so low self-esteem, and you're asking, how can we help the situation, isn't it? And this is why I came with this answer, honey, where in situations where both spouses are keen to making their marriage work, everything is solvable, because I'll be able to identify that what I fear about as we sort of go on the causes of insecurity, because it's good to look at that. I may realize some of the things and the causes of insecurity, honey, some of them are just imagined, and others are real. Okay, and maybe I'll come to realize what was causing me insecurity. I just imagined things that may or may not be there.
And you know why?
Yeah.
You know why it is like it can be unimagining things? Because it has nothing to do with the other partner.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with whether I cheated or not. It has nothing to do with whether I respect you or I don't respect. It has everything to do with myself. How do I feel about myself? Do I feel like...
And so what I'm saying, then if we are going, if both of us are keen to making our relationship work, then you make me understand that these things are just imagined, they are not real, and it will not help worrying about them. And because both you and me want us to work, you find the problem will be solved.
Okay.
The problem that will come, honey, is where if I realize you are insecure, I appear careless. That's not what I mean. Because it's a personal problem with her, then I don't care. I think that is not the right. That is not right. If I really want our marriage to work, and I realize you are going through some insecurity issues, I should be willing to do what I can humanly do. Okay, because there are things that as a human I cannot do. What I can humanly do, and because I'm doing it because I want it to work, And because also you want it to work, somehow you realize in handling this, both of us will deal with the issue insecurity. And insecurity is not the only problem in marriage. It's just one of the problems. Just as we solve other issues, also this issue is solvable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me that insecurity is such a big problem that it needs to be worked, as you have said, by two people?
Yeah.
So then, do you agree with me that in a courtship, I think this then why we need to have a time of dating, because I want you to agree with me. Even if you're not agree, please agree with me that in a relationship, if you find your partner is insecure, please don't go ahead to marry them, because you already, before you get into marriage, you can already see a problem you'll be solving, because like you're saying, it's something I should help my partner, right? But even as we continue, me, I feel like I don't want to help anyone with their insecurities, because I'll put to you some of the issues that you want to deal with. But even before then, let me ask, do you think when you realize your partner is insecure in a courtship, do you want to go ahead and get married and start resolving it?
Honey, in courtship, so do you realize that you have an insecurity problem between the two, between either of you? And by God's providence, both of you want your relationship to work and graduate to marriage. It is possible to work it out. Honey, because let me tell you, honey, because the insecurity is the only one thing we are quoting here. There are major things that you will discover in your engagement, in your courtship and the time of dating. Just the way you handle these others. But then where you feel there is serious issues of insecurity and both of you are not able to work them out, then you cannot continue. Understand, But where two of you, and I'm saying from where I sit as a pastor, having handled pastoral cases of couples wanting to get married, and some of them present with issues of insecurity when they are coming to me. The issue is, the first question I want to ask them, now faced with this issue of insecurity, do you still feel you want to make your relationship graduate into marriage? All right?
People are crazy in love. That time they will say, yes, pastor.
Yes. Now, and in ideal relationship, love should increase instead of decreasing. All right? Now, so when they say yes, they want to work it out, then I'll give them opportunity to work it out themselves. All right? If they are able, where the experience I've had is where the two of them are keen that they want their relationship to work and graduate to the other level. Just as they deal with other major things, this is something they can deal with.
Hi guys, what do you feel? Because for me, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I fear insecure people. Me, guy, I don't know. Now I hear it's good you're saying as a pastor, so you're talking of real life experience.
And honey, let me tell you,
tell me you came to me.
Let me tell you, honey, even in our case here, should there be lays an issue of insecurity, the bottom line is, do both of us want to have our marriage and family succeed? If that is the motivation, you find both of us working through it, and it will be resolved like yesterday. The reason why it is not resolved is where we have issues of blame game. You did this, you did this, you did this to me. Then it goes to a fight and it becomes a crisis. But where people love one another and there is a feeling of insecurity from either of the sides, if the motivation is to work things out so that you're able to move forward, it is resolvable.
Wow.
Than yesterday.
Okay. Okay, let me agree. Okay, let me assume tushaingia, we are now in marriage. Because I think, I don't know, guys, you're not talking to us. I want to hear your views on that. Getting married to an insecure person by working, deciding and agreeing that you'll work it out and you'll be secure and you will help each other to be secure. Now we are in marriage.
You're not married to an insecure person, honey. It's where in your relationship, in your courtship, you get what you call instances of insecurity. You work it out. When you work it out, it's not like you are getting into marriage as insecure people. It's just an instance of insecurity that has
popped. That
has just as simple as this. You had a date. All right?
Yes.
And your partner just tells you in the morning, oh, it was at 1, and at 1 anakwambia I'm not able to come. Then you start asking yourself, kwani nini hii imekufanya usije, and you are telling me this late? Who could you be having? That's just an instance, isn't it?
I won't call it an instant because okay, well, what you have quoted is an instance, but for a person to think the reason you have cancelled the date is because most probably you are with someone else, then that is not about that instance. Because I believe if we are trusting each other and if you are secure, because of course the opposite of insecurity is secure, yeah? If you're secure, if you have confidence with yourself, like I deserve this man, like the way I know, honey, I deserve you and you deserve me and nothing. So in that case, even if maybe you cancel the date, I'll really be asking you, Kwani, what has happened? And even if you're not able to explain, I'll be looking forward to the time we meet, you tell me, because I believe there must have been a reason. But the reason you will start thinking, who is she with? Then that is not about that time. It is something that is already inbuilt in you. Hi, Mwakananyangwe, tunakuona, we can see you. I'm imagining it's not about that time that you have seen, that you're expressing insecurity. And yes, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, it's not about that time. It could be not about that. But it could be, you know, you realize people differently respond to different stimuli differently. And that may allows that kind of a response. But then, whatever it is, even if there are factors, because when you go on, I also will be discussing causes of insecurity, after types of insecurity. But what is going to happen is this: as long that whatever it is, whatever the elephant it is that has caused that, the moment we get together and both of us want our relationship to work, all right? We will look at it. You tell me where your mind went. Then you give me an opportunity. And finally, because what we want is the common good of our relationship, we leave that place hugging one another.
Now, let me ask you. For example, someone calls you. You fail to pick their calls because you engaged on something else. They are mad at you and they are thinking it's because you are engaged in other things you're engaged with someone else. That's why you didn't pick my calls. Now, how will we sit down? How will we help?
Now, somebody makes one thing, honey, in a relationship, you don't judge your partner before you hear him or her.
Yes,
that's
that
one.
is you.
That's one. But the reason you're on this lie or on this discussion, is that you don't judge a partner. I served among the people. I don't mention those people that I served with. They are not Kikuyus. They are people from another ethnic community. And they had this saying that when people are not together, even their gods are different. Meaning, when you are in Marindi and I'm in Nairobi, it's very bad to judge you on something when you are there, because I do not actually understand the circumstances that you are going through at this time. And therefore, it's always good to give opportunity to the person you feel bad about. When akija munaongea. Now, when I start getting mad at you, even before I hear you, then the problem is my interest is not make our marriage work. That's the motivation. I want to use this opportunity to collapse it. But where the motivation is to make the marriage work, and you have cancelled the date, I would want you to come. I will tell you, well, forgive me for my mind went very far. And it's good I tell you what I felt. Then you tell me, honey, I'm sorry you felt like this, but this is what held me. Just when I was coming is when my mom or my dad or my brother got sick, something like that. And then I will tell you then, sorry, forgive me for thinking badly about you. And things will be done, isn't it? Yes. But now, the moment I start writing you texts, you canceled my this, you are counting me like a child. Why didn't you think it through? I don't want ever to see you again. That means my motivation is not to make the relationship work.
Yes. And it makes the work of working the marriage so difficult.
So difficult because now it is one partner who wants it to work and the other one does not want.
Yes, and the problem with the other partner, it's not really that they don't want it to work, but it's like they are insecure, isn't it?
I'm insecure, and the person I'm insecure about, I'm using my insecurity to fragment my relationship. That's my motivation. But where I want it to work is, even when you tell me you are not coming, I want to ask you, honey, what has happened? All right? You may tell me, I may not be able to explain now. This something I can tell you when we meet. All right? I need to have the patience to wait for you when we meet. And also when you come, allow the insecure me to explain my insecurity. Then also I give you the opportunity to explain the circumstances that caused that. As long as the two spouses want their relationship to graduate to other levels, they will work it out. But when either of them does not want and is using issues of insecurity to fragment a relationship, there is no cure.
Wow, thank you. Finally, you have agreed with me that these insecurity people. Then the reason it could be there is them themselves. Actually, they don't want marriage to work. That's why they are stubborn on being insecure. There's someone here, Judy Muthoni, saying, First of all, ask yourself, why are you insecure? Then, if you feel you have a good reason of being insecure, talk it out.
Talk it
I'm
out.
reading what Judy has written.
And that's what I was actually saying. Talk it out. Because also, the person who is insecure would also be having a good reason. Because, as I said, causes of insecurity, some of them are real. All right? And others are imagined. All right? So there could be real reasons causing insecurity, but either they are real or they are imagined in a progressive relationship, they can be worked out.
Now, let me ask you, give me an example of a situation that can cause insecurity. Judy Mudhoni is also saying, build on your confidence.
Yes. So build on your confidence. And just before I go to that, allow me, because that goes to causes of insecurity, allow me to discuss what you call types of insecurity.
Okay.
Before I go to that. And there are many types of insecurity, honey, but I won't just give three to the viewers for purpose of time, and I will not explain them a lot. One is physical insecurity, where you feel in the relationship you are in, there is a threat to your life, health, and family. And sometimes this can be real, because for example, honey, if all of a sudden you realize your spouse or your husband or your wife has bought a gun, you have a question to ask, why gun this time around? That is a real, it is not an imagined insecurity, it's real, isn't it? And this results to issues of domestic violence, loss of life, and maiming. So when there is that kind of a threat, somebody suffers what you call physical insecurity. There is economic insecurity, where there is misuse of family resources. There is no proper accountability and transparency. It's a big problem that can cause insecurity. Then the other that relates closely with what we are discussing is moral insecurity. This touches on issues of infidelity and faithfulness in relationships. And I think that is what we are dealing with more here. But as we deal with this, viewers need to know moral insecurity is not the only type of insecurity that we suffer. There's many others. And what my argument as a pastor from where I stand is that it is resolvable if both the spouses feel they want to work on their relationships and move it to the next level. Just as much as we can work on physical insecurity and economic insecurity, even moral one can be worked on. So those are the three causes of insecurity. Now, the types of insecurity. You have asked type or causes of insecurity. They are many.
I don't know whether I want to read for you the ones that Judy has written here. Maybe you see if it's the same ones you're having, or you want to read yours first.
Let's see, let's read Judy's first.
Judy have said causes of insecurity, trauma from the past. That is insecure attachment styles. Then there is mental health issues that are unresolved. Then there is lack of self-esteem.
More or less all those I've written them here. I have them here. I've started with the past. Because if, for example, as a daughter, you came from a relationship where your father was beating your mom, there is a tendency of being insecure when you get married because you feel the same experience that your mom was getting is what you get. So you can see there is a stimuli, honey. You, as much as you see me insecure, you may see it is your problem and you don't care. And personally, it could, even not be relating to you. It could be something from my very past. Maybe in school, I had a teacher alikuwa ananifundisha na alikuwa ananiambia you are very foolish. You cannot see any secondary school classroom. Mjinga sana. Mjinga sana. Stupid. That kind of language. And then
yes, what the teacher could have been saying.
It's telling me that when I'm a student.
Oh, it's not me that.
No, honey. I'm saying when I was a student.
Yes.
I went through that kind of trauma. What is going to happen when I get married and get into a relationship? Because of those past experiences, you might find I will be insecure. I will be projecting the past. There are issues of the failed relationships of the past also. If where I feel I had this boyfriend and this is what he did to me, I will be insecure with any other boyfriend because I feel the same will be repeated. So issues of the past, projecting the present, and this one I normally say that do not be stagnated by your past. Let the past inform the present and guide the future, but don't allow yourself to be stagnated. Don't be held bondage by your past. The second one.
Yeah, I will use the type of insecurity that you discussed, and I want to. I'm here to learn from you. That's why I really want to express myself because I'm still afraid of people who are insecure with themselves. Now you talked of like physical insecurity or even morally, because even having a gun in the house for the reason of shooting your wife, it brings a question on your moral standards. Now, I feel like insecurity is different from accusations. In that, if I saw you bought a gun, now you cannot say I'm insecure when I report that I feel like you're about to kill me. That you will not accuse me of insecurity. That is an accusation, an allegation I'm making against my husband that he want to kill me. And I will support my accusations because he bought a gun. He's not a policeman. I actually have no idea where he got it from because we know the procedure even to own a gun like in our nation, Kenya, right? So you will question that. So that is not an insecurity. That is according to me, right? If I found my husband doing what is another way of what another thing that you would accuse your husband of? If I found my husband in bed with a woman, because also finding my husband in a woman's house is not a reason enough for me to think they were doing anything. What? Okay. But if I found them in bed,
I can hear that.
You can hear. Although I also hear, according to men, even if your wife finds you in bed with someone else, you'll still tell your wife it's not what you're thinking. Now, even if in that case, I will not be insecure. No one should be telling me I'm insecure when I say my husband is cheating on me. I'm just placing an accusation. I have found you doing ABCD, and I'm saying then you are a cheat. Me, I feel like insecurity, just like you read, it is uncertainty. It's where I feel insecurity has no basis. There has no reasons. Because you're not telling us that you called your husband and another woman picked and said, this is my husband. So you're telling us, I do call my husband at a certain time and he doesn't pick. So that time, where is he? You're telling us my husband doesn't love me because I'll text him in the morning and he will reply in the evening. Now, and that's why I was saying that we run away, because just like what you're saying, it's the issue. Maybe you could be dealing with your past, you could be dealing with your what? Raw self-esteem, you could be dealing with other things outside me.
That's right.
So now for me to help you, because what we are saying, it doesn't mean so that it doesn't look like when people are insecure like they are devils. Apana, no, they are not. They could be dealing with a situation. It could be a mental issue. It could be anything. But then, me, I feel marriage is not really a rehab. So what we need to do is to help these people to heal, whatever it is, but not to try to marry them. Okay, if it is in a marriage setup, maybe you want to try and resolve and make the marriage work. But if it is in a courtship, me, I want to allow you first maybe to go through counseling, maybe to go.
If you are not able to handle issues in your courtship, then it also be very difficult to handle issues in your marriage. Honey, what makes you know that you can work things out in your marriage, during your marriage, is the ability to deal with them.
Yeah,
the time
and me,
of your engagement.
yes, and me, I'm
so
saying,
what I'm saying here is this. If you are faced with an issue of insecurity, even when you are faced on issue of your insecurity in your relationship, during your courtship, if you are able, if you are able, if you are able to deal with it.
Wait a minute, so that our camera is misbehaving. I want to have it as stable.
Okay. If you are dealing, if you are able to deal with it, then what will happen is that that also demonstrates how you'll be able to deal with the difficult things that come during your marriage. And viewers, as we talk, I've just discussed one cause of insecurity, and I want to, and I've said one of it is to do with our past experiences. Then then there are issues that we call just imagined issues, where you are just suspicious of some things that your partner is doing, and there is nothing, you are not sure about whatever it is, you are just imagining things and you are suspicious. Then there are what we call real lesions, where maybe you have a confirmatory evidence of certain things that you are seeing are happening. Now, Honey here have talked of difference between insecurity and accusations. Before there are accusations for anything, what begins is a sense of insecurity. So insecurity is actually the mother of accusations, because I will go to report my spouse of cheating on me. I will go to report my spouse of physical damage, what started is I was insecure. And sometimes when accusations come, sometimes issues have gone very far, honey. Welcome back. Issues have gone very far. Issues have gone very far beyond repair, because in accusations you find there is counter attack and counter attack, and a lot of miscommunications. And so sometimes things becomes very difficult to resolve. So my take on this is that before there are accusations, honey, what started was insecurity. You are afraid that this person has brought a weapon in the house. You go to report and accuse him so that it is known that he is threatening your health and your life and the life of the family.
Okay. Judy is giving us, Judy is sharing with us an experience, and she's saying a little of my experience with insecurity. One day I went to work. It rained till late. Judy, I think you're lost. I want to read this when you're here with us. I think Judy is not here.
She still follow.
She'll follow, yeah, later, yeah. So she's saying a little of my experience with insecurity. One day I went to work. It rained till late. I told my ex that I was to spend in my bro's place. He called me a prostitute. Yet he truly knew what I was going. And then she says that I endured a lot. He couldn't have us talk. Sent away till now, 10 years.
10 years. And Judy, your example is in a relationship where your ex motivation was not to have your relationship succeed. If he was a person willing to have your relationship succeed, even if he was suspicious about you spending the night with your brother, he would not have judged you before giving you a hearing and make judgment after having what you call a confirmatory evidence. And honey, even when there is a confirmatory evidence, it is, I'm not saying that that should be the end of a relationship. People can still work things out and graduate their relationship to the next level, because there is no amount of mistake that cannot be dealt with and healed.
Yeah. Wow. Now, you see, like that experience, it can really make one get tired. Thank you that you are telling us that if we realize that these insecurities are persistent, it can only mean this person is not ready to work out the relationship, whether a marriage or just an in-year. Because now, other experiences that I would quote is where a man, he's so insecure to see you as a woman with other men. Now, if your spouse dares find you at a place, maybe let's say workplace, or let's say you went to a certain gathering or something, so you are both of you. So he meets that you with men and you are laughing, you're smiling, you're mnapiga story. He feels so insecure. And now that one becomes a cause of conflict in your family. Then now you go home and explain. Now the guy is so mad, so you are like, sorry. You want to use the idea you're giving us yesterday of being responsible and taking responsibility. So you are like, you go home and you're like, I'm sorry, my husband, I saw you got offended. I was smiling with so and so. This is what we were saying. All right, you resolve that one today. The other day, you go to a funeral service. After the funeral, you meet an old school alumni. You go and you are catching up and you are smiling again. Your man comes and fights you. You go and explain, I'm sorry, honey. That man we used to school, in fact, he was my desk mate. That's why we were smiling with him. The next gathering, you meet your cousin, who your husband has never met. You are still catching up. You are happy with them. Now, don't you think I will get tired of explaining to you all the men that I smile with?
Now, you see the problem here, honey. I talked of the two causes of insecurity. There are those that I called real reasons, and they are imagined. Now, what you are describing is what you call imagined cause of insecurity. Because actually, if I'm with you, I'm with my spouse in a certain occasion, I cannot make you to be my reserve, that you are always with me and interacting me all the time. And where you have a partner with good self-esteem, you would expect that partner to be able to mingle and interact with people freely.
Yes.
All right? Why would you imagine the way they laughed and greeted one another like it was suggestive? Well, of course, there are extent, honey, that can go. Because if you even get that old friend and you hug and kiss deep one another, that will make me, what is happening here? All right? But a matter of greeting each other and being happy with one another, and actually I'm there, I think it is a hell of a thing to be insecure of that, because even those people who cheat, I don't think they want to do those things in front of their spouses.
Yes, yes.
So I think that is a problem. But also, I still feel you are talking of the recurring area needs of explaining things, clearing now and then, like you did it yesterday, you have done it again today. You know, that is not love, because also love does not keep a record of things of longs. So then in such a case, it may demonstrate that the person who is insecure here is using insecurity as a reason to fragment the relationship. That's what I would think. And especially when it is on issues that which are not real, but are just imagined. Because issues, and viewers, when you are suffering insecurity for issues that are imagined, you need to realize that you may be suffering for insecurity for things that are not there.
Yes, yes.
You know, that's the problem. So always, when issues are just imagined, issues of allegation, don't take allegations and imaginations
Yes, yes.
as a confirmatory evidence to pass a judgment.
Yes, yes.
So that's the mistake we do, that sometimes we take suspicious things, imagined things, issues of allegation, and confuse them as a confirmatory evidence to warrant a judgment. And the best thing when you suffer insecurity because of such things, it is important to give your spouse an opportunity to explain, and as much as possible, believe what your spouse is telling you.
Wow, thank you so much. I think what we are getting from this whole thing is that insecurity can be a pointer that your spouse is not ready to work out your marriage. Either it could be they have their personal issues, or to greater extent, like you're saying, honey, is that these people want to end this relationship, and they are using insecurity as one of the reasons as to how they are going to end these relationships.
Yeah. So, and also, as you go on, also the aggressor on the side of insecurity, for example, giving the example you are giving of a failed date. You may find on one hand the person who is insecure just want to know what happened that the date failed. Now, when the person who failed the date start telling you, do I have to be explaining to you everything? Am I a kid? Then also that is a problem on the other end also. It also means that part that spouse also who is not insecure is causing insecurity so as to fragment a relationship.
Okay.
So it can be from both ends. Me who is suffering insecurity may just need an explanation. Honey, if I were to come here to come to visit you, and you expect me at 6 p.m. and I come at midnight, and you welcome me, and you ask me, but dear, what did happen? And then I tell you, do I have to be explaining you what I'm doing with my time all the time? Leave me alone and don't ask me those questions. I caused you insecurity. But then also, the reason why I don't want to deal with that is because also I'm a partner who want to fragment a relationship. So both sides.
Wow, the wisdom, man.
Both sides.
Both sides, yeah. So you should be ready to explain. Yep. But to a certain level, if you realize your person you're explaining to, they cannot be helping their insecurities,
it's not keen. It's not keen to work on the relation, because the issue is not so much insecurity. The issue is, do you want the relationship to work, to succeed?
Yes.
If you want it to succeed, you deal with the issue of insecurity once and for all.
Yes.
But if you don't want, then no amount of dealing with insecurity will solve the problem. One thing will lead to the other one.
Yeah. Judy is saying that she thinks an insecure person is a narcissist, and especially when you've worked on the relationship. Then she also says, I believe also if you design on something, it calls for action. And also she's saying she's learning a lot. Wow, time is really gone. We were supposed to be here for 1 hour.
And I can see our time goes. I want allow me to deal with how to deal with insecurity.
Okay.
And how to deal with insecurity. Just as we said yesterday, when a crisis comes in a relationship, self-examination is key. I feel also in issues of insecurity, it's always good for somebody to do what a genuine self-examination, so that me as an insecure person, I need to ask myself, what is really the problem with me? Because sometimes problems of insecurities are better dealt by the insecure person himself than from outside.
Thank you. Now
So,
you are saying it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is one. You need to
Deal with it. Do self-examination.
So that is one way of dealing with it. Self-examination. Then it's good also to deal with the root cause of the problem, because sometimes we deal with the stem and not dealing with the root cause of the problem.
Yes.
So maybe that is something else that we need to do. Then the other one is trust. One of trust here is I want to trust you. The explanation you give me, I'm not leading the story behind the story. I want to believe you for what you tell me. But now if, for example, you got late from work, and you tell me that is why the reason you got late is because so many things happened.
It was raining.
And I want to call aloud there to confirm whether there was real rain. Then that becomes a problem.
Yes.
Then finally, communication is key. Where in a relationship you take your spouse or your partner to be the priority person,
yes,
in as much as possible, it's good to seek and try to communicate. Like now, the example I gave, coming home at midnight. At some point, I will tell you I'm having a puncture.
Yeah.
At some point, I will tell you I'm having a mechanical breakdown. That kind of communication solves the problem, and you might even be the source of help. Then where trust comes in is when I tell you I'm having a mechanical breakdown, you're not thinking I'm cheating you.
Yes, you're using, I'm not thinking that's an excuse.
It's an excuse. You need to also believe me. And then where you feel like you don't really you are quite getting this suspicious, why don't you come over and see where I am? What will be the problem with that? So that's what I would think are some of the ways: self-examination, building trust, communication, and if you do that, and of course not causing judgment on your partner before you have had him or her.
Let me ask you, do you think insecurity also can be an expression of really who you are? Like if you're so insecure that your spouse is cheating, probably you are a cheat, and you are fearing your spouse may cheat on you like you do. Could it be one of the reasons?
Yes, I want to agree with that. It comes in two ways. When I realize my spouse is cheating on me, I may also continue cheating on her or him as a revenge. And that is very long because it's like adding a long to another long and make a very big long. They say that the example I'm giving is, I'm not generalizing on all levels of insecurity, because some of them are quite genuine. But also, they say that even a thief will not want her things to be stolen. this
Yes.
thing to be stolen. So if a person is cheating on his her spouse, will be conscious while the spouse is doing the same. In some instances, not all instances.
Yes. And you see now how difficult it will be. You will have a lot of work to do to prove yourself innocent when someone is just expressing who they are and they are making you to carry their own burden. They are cheats, so they are making you carry a burden of like you are a cheat and you need to prove that you are not. So trying to prove you are not, it becomes such a hard thing.
And then that person now, who is himself or herself is a cheat, and is insecure on being cheated on, does he or he want to work on the relationship? Nay.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, me, I'm talking of ideal situation where there are two people who really are who regard their relationship so sacred and their marriage is so sacred that they want it to work and they don't want anything to come in and hurt it. So when they sense anything insecurity, they want to deal with it. It's like, honey, you express a sense of insecurity in me, and I'm telling you, tell me about it. All right?
Yeah.
What do you feel? And you tell me, I feel like this day and this day, when this thing and this happened, like this and this was happening.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, you have done good to tell me. Now give me an opportunity to tell you what happened on that day.
Yeah.
It is this and this and this that happened. If you are a person who wants this relationship and this marriage to work, then you tell me, then I've understood, and honey, forgive me for misunderstanding you. And also, I'll tell you, honey, forgive me too for doing things that caused a misunderstanding on you.
Yes. Wow, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Man. Mr. Wisdom. I told you now you're not Mr. Man, you're Mr. Wisdom.
Yes, and I'm happy to be married to you and the kind of understanding that you bring in my family and in my life.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. So I am Mrs. Wisdom.
Yes.
I am married to Wisdom.
And you are
So
Madam
I'm Mrs. Wisdom. I like it that way. Definitely what we are learning today is that if you feel so insecure about your partner, you just have to deal with yourself. Actually, the bottom line is you. Thank you. The whole discussion we've had, it is you. If truly you want your marriage to work, it is you, because you'll evaluate yourself. You'll get to know where this insecurity is coming from. If it's something that your partner did and you are ready to work your marriage out, you want to go and sit them down, tell them, honey, I think you did this, and that has caused me to feel like I can lose you anytime. Then if your partner, the one you're telling, if they are ready to work out the marriage, they will listen to you.
Yes.
And they will also make things clear, so that you understand. So for the insecure person, if you're you have your Anglican priest here nailing it as it is.
Yes. And so,
So
honey,
if you are the one feeling so insecure, try to work on yourself. If it is your
First.
spouse who is insecure, you can help them to some extent by getting to know, to understand, is there something that you are doing that is provoking them to feel this insecure?
we are saying,
And
honey, you do what you can humanly do.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You check around if there's anything you're doing. And should you realize you have done your best, don't kill yourself trying to prove yourself innocent. Don't beat yourself too hard. Just realize your spouse could be either having a problem with their self-esteem. Your spouse could be dealing with a past. Your spouse could be wanting to terminate your marriage. Maybe your spouse doesn't want that marriage, and so he's using insecurity
As a reason.
as a reason. So don't beat yourself too much. Let them be and allow them. In fact, me, I say, if I realize someone want to leave me, I give them a room. Because if you beat yourself too hard, at the end of the day, you will still lose them, because when an adult decides to leave you, they will leave you, no matter how good you try to be. If they have decided they are going, they are going. So what will happen at the end of the day, you'll be too tired trying to make it work and try to prove yourself good to the other person, and at the end of the day, you still lose them.
I want to say to honey, and tell our viewers, where two people want to work on their relationship, it will not be too hard to explain yourself out. Where two people want things to work out, to work. Both the insecure and the person who is suspected to be causing insecurity. Both of them, if they are people who want their relationship to work, it will not be too difficult. Because when I'm insecure, I will explain my insecurity to a person whom I feel loves me.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And I will explain it like I'm explaining to a person whom I respect.
Yes.
And whom I love.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
So I will not come shouting at you. I will not talk at, but I'll talk to you and share with you things that are causing me insecurity. Now, if I come shouting at you and fighting it out, that means I'm not out to make, to work for the success of the marriage.
Thank you.
Now, if I also come to you and I want to listen with you with all the respect, and also you start insulting me, again, also on the other hand, you also don't want to work on the marriage. So both of them should, the main solution to the issue of insecurity is actually the motivation. What is the motivation between the two of them? The success of the marriage or the failure of the marriage? If both of them are not working for the success of the marriage, or one of them is not, and it will be very difficult.
Very difficult.
So, but when both of them want to work it out, it will not tire you.
Yes, yes.
For example, honey, one of the things that has caused the marriages to break is the cell phone. Just because somebody makes a call to me, and we are in our room, and I live here, and I go to talk. Now go.
What? I feel like you have introduced another whole discussion.
Let me say,
and for the interest of time, I will maybe we shall create time. I don't want to say tomorrow because of work. Because tomorrow I'm going very early in the morning. So maybe next week, maybe next weekend we can discuss and see if my phone is my property.
It's a private,
and your phone is your property.
And I want to underline this. My phone and your phone are private.
Thank you. Leave it there. Leave it
but
there.
Also,
no.
The way you handle it.
That is not the discussion of today. Tonight we are done. We are done with the insecurity things. The phone. Thank you. You have said it's a private thing. Your phone is your private tool. Mine is a private tool. Couples, do you want to give password to your husband or your wife? Let me put a comma there. We shall pick it from there. Yes. Yeah. That one. Hey.
Well,
I will
discuss time to discuss it.
Yes, we shall create time and talk about cell phone. What? Okay. That one is a whole lot.
Cause of insecurity.
Yes. And I will wind up this. I'll add this by saying, I will give like 2 examples. One, I will use what Muthoni have told us. Her ex, what happened? Before I use that, let me use another one. this is a fiction story, not true. So my husband is supposed to arrive, or rather he comes home at around 9. Tonight, he comes at 12 a.m. Now, in a normal working relationship, where people trust each other, where I know for sure my husband loves me, my husband is out for the good of this marriage, my husband loves me, I mean, where we are good, the first thing that will click in my mind is there a problem? What is happening? Did he get attacked or what? And for any case, maybe I'm calling your phone and you're not receiving, I'll still be feeling there must be something wrong. And probably what I'll be doing is either praying for you to arrive home safely. And even in the process of praying, I might find myself, I have fallen asleep. So maybe that 12 a.m. you're coming, you're waking me up. But still, I'll be excited. Finally, you are here. I know you're going to explain what happened. Because I'm used to you coming at 9. But you have come to at 12. So for me, in an ideal working relationship, I am waiting. I am actually warming food for you to eat because I know there must be something that held you out there. In a funny relationship, where the woman is so insecure, it is 10. 1 hour later, he's not here. It is 11. In fact, I have tried to call him. He's not receiving my call. I knew it. That one must be somewhere. And now again, I'm waiting to hear. I know this time he'll come with a sweet lie. There is another day he came late at this hour and he told me how they got late in the meeting. So this time, what is the lie that he'll be telling me? So when he comes in, I'll be eager to hear. Both of us are eager. I'll be eager to hear, what is this story do you have to tell me again now that you are a liar? You see now the mentality. If you are out there with somebody,
that mindset.
The mindset, yes.
That mindset.
Yes, it's already tuned to, there is a lie that is coming to tell me. So even if you came and told me the truth, it will not help.
So the issue of trust that we spoke about.
Yes.
And see what is happening, honey. Now, your husband, I have come at 3 a.m. All right?
Yes.
Supposing in an ideal situation, your response to that stimuli is positive. You welcome in, and then you serve me with a cup of tea, a good hug, and then ask me, honey, what happened? And what I'm telling you, you should not be asking me those kind of silly questions. All right? Now, you can see now, my behavior here is that it's like I'm working to fragment the relationship. All right? Because you don't respond to your partner who is a grown-up adult, your wife, for in this case, a person who need to be handled with respect.
Yes.
That kind of response belittle her and affect her self-esteem. Understand, eh?
Yes.
Okay? Now, that is one extreme. The other extreme we have explained, where now you start thinking the cheat has started. Okay?
Yeah.
That is another extreme. Now, if I found you in that kind of extreme, I also need to, what you call self-examination. I want to look back and ask myself, if it were me and she came this late, what would I feel? That is self-examination. And therefore, I will be excusing you from being mad at me.
Yes.
Understand, eh?
Yes.
Okay? And what I will do from there, because it is the problem of injured trust, I will start now working to heal on the trust, building on the trust, so that you begin to be positive.
Regardless.
Well, regardless.
Thank you.
Regardless, because I'm going to our theme in this channel.
Suzie Yule Diadem, living positively regardless. Yes.
So that you begin getting positive about me and reduce the mistrust. Because the reason you are mad at me is because of growing mistrust, isn't it?
Yes.
And I should not blame you for this mistrust, because coming late at 3 a.m., at least that is too late, isn't it?
Yes.
I should be understanding anybody can feel bad about that.
Yes.
And so I should be excusing you, and I will be telling you I understand your feeling.
Even understand why you are mad.
Why you are
why
mad.
You have refused to serve me at this hour.
And maybe sometimes I may let you make the noise and be silent. And when the time is ideal, ask you, can you discuss that matter again? And maybe at some point you'll be able to talk it out. But honey, I'll never arrive to you at 3 a.m.
You'll never come at at 3 a.m. unless something serious has happened.
If something like that was to happen, I would have viewers. If something this serious would happen, it's always good for the sake of your relationship to notify your partner.
Yes.
Communication is key.
Yes, and I like the way you've said it's okay. You will let me get mad, make noise,
yes.
And then later you ask me, can we now talk? This is what happened, ABCD, yeah? And I know you are using it as just an example. Judy, that is my husband for you. I'll come home, I will make noise. Yeah, today that and this happened. I'm so angry. And he will be all looking at me, waiting for me. Right now, I can talk. Judy, by now, I can talk. Yeah, let me talk. Then later he asked me, honey, what was wrong? Do you know how bad it feels when you're asking me what was wrong? And I made noise for like 30 minutes. Do you really, does it mean you didn't shut your ears? Like you didn't hear? But anyway, what do you do? When he asks you what was it that was making you mad, you just become mad again, and be careful, because if you talk again, you'll shut the ears and then he'll ask you. Thank you so much for those who have joined us. Yes, Judy is saying that Judy amekutumia popcorns. I hope you can share them with me. Because these popcorns are for the Anglican priest. Then she's saying that putting down our ego make us work together. Yes, that is the bottom right. Oh, right. I am from Muranga. The bottom line is that we all put ourselves into the other person's shoe. If there's anything they want to understand, you make them understand. And also, if you realize that person, that's why I'm saying it is good to have good time for courtship. Like us, we had how many?
About an year.
We are not a good examples of no, we just dated for months.
For months. And I want to tell you, honey, there is no amount of dating time can help you. No length of time can make you understand your spouse 100%.
Right.
Because the marriage counselors will say that a relationship is like a book. Every time there is a new page that you have to read. And therefore, there are people who have quoted for 5 years, and even after getting married, their marriage does not go very far.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying in courtship, when you're not married, because I wouldn't wish people to break their marriages. I would really people to put every effort they have to make their marriages work, unless it has gone beyond all what you could have done humanly possible, as my husband will say it.
Yes.
But in relationship, give your time to know yourself, to know the other person. If you realize they are so insecure and you've tried to help them and it's not, run for your life. Don't enter into marriage with them. I know that time love inakuanga, it's normally makes you feel like there is nothing else under the sun apart from your spouse, but it will do you good to end that relationship of insecurity and wait for a better partner. I know there is no one who is 100%, but there are do's and don'ts, because insecurities are the reason why people are killing each other for no basis. And okay, we are supposed to edit the session.
Honey,
so let me not start
it's
on
not
that.
only the insecurity that is causing people to kill one another.
Definitely, it's not the
It's
only.
It's one of the major one.
Yes.
That is causing people to cause harm to one another.
Yes.
But then, before we get to cause harm to one another, we can go different ways.
Thank you.
But where the motivation is to make things work out, things are easily resolved.
Yes, and don't be the one to make things work out. If you're not, just like my husband have said, it should be the two of you who are willing to work it out. So if you find you are the only one who is so willing to make it work,
it takes two to tango.
Yes, if you find you are the only one who is willing to make it work, oh my friend, run for your life. And we wish to end our session there. We've been here a whole hour and 30 minutes. Looks like we have just started. We have Judy saying Muranga, we are the best. Oh, Judy, you're from Muranga. Jana, we had Sarah, who is from Muranga.
Yeah.
And then now we have Judy, and you're saying Muranga, we are the best, definitely.
It's true. I think I want to agree with Judy that you can get great and beautiful things from Muranga. And also, Judy, we visited Kirinyaga. You also find some good things there.
This man want me to change my introduction and be saying I'm from Kirinyaga. Why do you want me to deny my identity? I'm from Muranga.
You cannot deny your identity. Because you cannot erase history. But now,
are you saying that's a history? Oh my goodness! It looks like this marriage thing is so serious.
It's so serious.
It is so serious than I
so
thought.
Serious.
Thank you, Maggie Mina. Maggie Mina is here saying hello, my beautiful couple.
Yeah.
Hello, Maggie. Then Judy is saying that.
Yes,
definitely. We agree with you on that. So we pray that all the people who are here, either now or those who will listen to this video later, we pray that the Lord will heal your marriages, for the marriages that are ailing, especially because of insecurity. We also pray for the souls that are so insecure. We are saying that being insecure doesn't mean you're the devil, you're a devil. It only means you have issues that you need to deal with. And all of us in our lives, we have issues we are dealing with. Right. Everyone has their weakness that they are dealing with. So it's just a call. We are saying if you realize you're so insecure, work on it. Ask your partner to help you to go through it. Maybe get professional counseling, get to understand why you feel so insecure about your spouse. Take it seriously so that it will be a healing from you. When a change comes from within, that it is you who have walked and purpose to change, it is better than when it is your partner trying to change you. So it's just a call that we work on our insecurities. We also want to pray for the marriages that are working, that are beautiful, like our marriage. We also pray that the Lord will sustain the joy and the beauty of marriage, and that the Lord will close all the doors the enemy may use to come and try to make marriages not work. And we want to thank God for the institution of marriage. It is a beautiful institution.
Yes, marriage works.
Marriage works. Yes. Finally, we agree. Marriage works.
Marriage works.
Yes.
And viewers, as we have said, never judge your partner.
Yes.
Before you hear him or her.
Yes.
Things are not always the way they look like. Maybe with a simple explanation, where both of you are keen to work out your relationship. the insecurity that was there will be resolved, and you'll be happy as secure couple moving together and building your relationship and growing your relationship, loving and loving one another. Yes.
Amen. Thank you for the love emojis that you guys are sending us. Thank you for the love. And you have said things are not always as they are. You reminded me, there's a song in Kikuyu, this artist says, there's a girl who really had fallen for him. Fallen, quotes in quotes. There's a girl who really felt this is the man I want. Then the girl, because he was an artist, he was performing a song. So the girl came in front, pretended she was dancing, then she fell unconscious. Then when she was unconscious, they realized she needs air. So he knelt down to give this girl air.
Yes.
The girl was enjoying it because he needed a kiss from this man. Now tell me what the artist will tell the wife if she comes, and why are you kissing this girl? I have always known this music you come to do at night with these girls here.
Chasing women.
You're chasing women.
And there is no way that popular artist will do to explain the wife otherwise. But but the most important thing is to know if this wife knew that sometimes things are not always the way they look like. You know, honey, if somebody wanted to hurt our relationship the way we love one another, it's just a matter of a person, of a woman knowing when I'm around here and when you're coming from work. And she just comes and hugs me when you are coming to the house.
Boy, don't test me, please. Father, don't allow such a scenario to happen.
To happen, eh?
Yes.
But you see, however, I will tell you, it was not like that. It was so difficult to explain, eh? But you need to have something back in your mind that there are those things that are called stage managed to cause a lift between families, and marriages have been broken because of that.
However, the end of that song, it looked like even the artist enjoyed because he's wishing the girl to come and faint again. He don't mind repeating the exercise
again.
Anyway, yes, Judy, your king is getting prepared. Yes, and we really trust and believe God with you that your king is getting prepared.
And also you are being prepared to be a queen to that king.
Wow, yes, Judy. Yeah, you could not have been in any other better place than here. That you are getting prepared to be a queen.
Yeah, to that king.
To that king.
Who is also being prepared for you.
Yes. In Jesus' name it come to pass.
In Jesus' name.
Yes, amen. So you want to add the Nini with a word of prayer?
I want to end with a word of prayer. The next time we come online, I'll give them a story, a true story of how a couple dealt with an issue of infidelity. And then I'll let them tell us whether they feel that was the best way of handling that.
Wow.
That is next time.
Wow. So we meet over the weekend. Looks like the weekend will be fiery. We will be talking about dealing with infidelity. That it is whether it is possible to forgive infidelity and to continue with the relationship. Then we will also talk about your person's, your partner's phone. Looks like next weekend will be fire. So come and keep time so that we deal with it faster. Thank you so much for all of you who joined, even those who didn't talk to us, but we could sit there. There are people who have joined us. Thank you for Judy, who was actively involved in this. And we tell you it's not in vain that you are here, Judy. Thank you so much. Thank you all of you who will be listening to this video, even later as you come to listen. May the video speak life to you. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. If you've not subscribed and you're watching this, kindly subscribe. Also, it is important for you maybe to share this information. You never know who needs to hear this, and you may probably heal a marriage, a relationship. You never know. So keep sharing this message, and God will bless you. Over to you, my priest.
So we'll say a prayer.
Yes.
And as my queen here have said, let us share this story that as many people as possible can interact with us. They encourage your people to join us and also subscribe to this channel because we want to inspire as many as we can as we laugh and laugh together.
Yes.
Let's pray. Dear loving Father, we want to thank you for this opportunity you've given to us to discuss issues of insecurity. And we realize insecurity is a major problem that is causing relationship, marriages, and families to break. I want to pray that where there is any feeling of insecurity, you enable the involved people to look at the ways of constructively working out their issues so that the issue of insecurity in them is resolved. We want to pray that you give us wisdom, that we don't, when dealing with the issues of insecurity, we don't speak at, but talk to each other in love for you.
Yes.
And pray that the Lord will meet with your needs.
Amen.
And pray that also God will send his angels to guard over you tonight.
Amen.
And that he is going to heal our insecurity in our relationship, that we will be secure wherever we are. So God bless you and good night.
Good night.
Bye.
You're even telling me good night. Tunaenda wapi, sweetie?
I'm telling our viewers.
Oh, I thought you're telling me good night. I was wondering, where are you going?
Honey, somebody told us last night that when people go to sleep...
No. You and Sarah, I don't want... No. I don't want to...
I'm just saying somebody told us
No. Not even you from here. Otherwise we will fight. So, good night, Mr. Alex. I love you so much. And have a good night.
Honey, it is not good night until it is good night.
Again, the way it's cold here, Mungu wangu. What do you do when it's this cold? I want to end the live. Like it's cold.
Okay.